Mosse and I do give you a couple of resolutions here in a second, but I did want to mention this story that we mentioned briefly a few weeks ago when I had taken that trip to Atlanta, and what Atlanta is potentially going to be going forward for American soccer, and in particular for the United States Soccer Federation, obviously with the training center and the offices moving there. But we come to find out that Arthur Blank, who gave $50 million for this new training center, and obviously is a massive figure in the soccer world with Atlanta United and what has happened. He seems to think that that Atlanta going forward needs to be the home ground, if you will, for the U.S. national team. And it's getting some legs here. And he said, we, talking about Atlanta, have earned it, and Atlanta has earned it. Well, I don't know about that. And you're going to get plenty of pushback from some real legitimate contenders when it comes to where, soccer is, or what soccer city is in America. There's plenty of cities out there and markets out there that can lay claim to be the best soccer city in America. Now, Atlanta, with what has happened and obviously what is going forward, they are going to be very palatable to having multiple games. Look, they're going to have it next summer. They're going to have games obviously in 2026 going forward. And it would not surprise me in the least if U.S. soccer starts having more and more games in Atlanta. I think I mentioned before that the opportunity for Atlanta to be kind of a hub, both just as a city and obviously as an airport for a lot of these international players that play on our national team, coming in maybe in a 2-game type of situation, playing their first game in Atlanta, and therefore it being that base, and then another game someplace else. I could see something like that happening, but I think it would be problematic, and I think it would not be something that I would want to see if Atlanta just consistently became the go-to place for the United States national team, be it the men's, women's, or any type of youth team, to play games. I think our country is too big. I think our country is, again, too fertile of a country to limit us to one city, to one market. And I do think that the United States Soccer Federation has a responsibility to spread the gospel. And one of the ways that you do that is by taking these teams and putting them in market, and putting them in some markets that haven't had them before, but spreading the wealth that is the national team program. But money talks, and Arthur Blank, he carries a very big stick, and a lot of soccer has come about in that area. And to be fair, in America, because of things that Arthur Blank has done and his money and his resources that he has put into the game. We'll see if that ultimately wins out. But I don't think Arthur Blank is going to be unhappy going forward. I don't think the people of Atlanta are going to be unhappy going forward in terms of the attention that they get, the focus that they get, and the opportunities that they get when it comes to American soccer. But I just don't think that America in particular, because of the unique aspects of our country, is set up to have one place where the U.S. national team is based in the way that it is other places. Other places are dealing with, the size of a Georgia. We're not. And so I think that should reflect the things that we do going forward.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.